Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches here with my latest Flosstube update. Today is Saturday, March 9th, and this is my update number 324. Yeah. So this is a channel about cross stitch for those of you who might not know. Yeah, so I don't have it's, again, probably not going to be too long. Something weird is going on with this t-shirt. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know if that's any better. I've been busy doing a little bit of stitching. It's kind of getting nice around here. It's not almost the middle of March, not quite the Ides of March. Yeah, so it's getting nicer. The weather's getting better and all that. So I did not make this t-shirt better. I made it worse. Okay, so I don't think I have much in the way of life updates. I'm going to the symphony tonight, so. But other than that, not a whole lot. My needle minders are sticky together. I did a little bit of stitching again today during our Three Sisters Creative video. Sorry, I'm having a crap-a-lanche. I once again worked on the Owls Trio chart. This was supposed to have been done by the end of January for my sister-in-law's birthday, but I got behind at the time, and then I, sort of lost my mojo because I had a lot to do for February and all that. But I'm still working on it, and right now I'm just working on the border. I'll almost finish the border, and then I have all the back stitching to do, and so we'll see how that goes. If I can get more time on it. So this is where I am so far. Last time I was about here, about halfway through this. So little by little, I'm making progress on the border, and then again, I have to go around again to do. There's the outer line that connects all these. So, and this is the Owl Trio by I think Jennifer Nilsson is the designer for Dimensions. Yeah, so I have that outer line of the border to, once I finish going all the way around, then I have that outer border and then the back stitching. So, yeah, so it's coming along slowly but surely. Yeah. That was the Dimensions kit. Sorry, I'm rearranging all my stuff here. I'm going to be doing a little giveaway for those of you who are interested. This is, I was going through my charts last night because I thought, oh yeah, I have to get that chart for my update. And while I'm at it, I had talked last week about some charts that from my stash that I've been thinking about giving away, and some of them were charts that maybe were given to me by viewers, and it's not that I don't appreciate them, but it's just like the more I looked at them, they may or may not be charts that I'm planning to stitch soon, and so some of them have made the giveaway pile. But again, it's not because I don't appreciate it. It's just that winnowing out things. So anyway, so the chart I'm going to give away at the end of the video today is a PDF chart, and I was looking at it and I realized I printed it on like scrap paper. So the back side of the paper has stuff on it, so you can just ignore. But the front side has the the actual pattern on it. And there's a color version of the pattern and then a black and white version of the pattern. And so, yeah, it's all there. But so, like I said, I went through yesterday and late last night, in the middle of the night, got various charts that I will be giving away soon. But so the one I wanted to do today is rabbits, carrots, and eggs. I talked about the Stitchy Princess Black, and I'll show that later on. So, at the beginning of this month, I did a little bit of the August Rabbit. And so I'd shown what I did last week, and let me make sure I got it right. Yeah. So I had worked on the rabbits, and this time I did a little bit of this pinky, it's called Desert Rose is the color. And then I did some of the carrots and little greenery, the carrots. There's like another color, just like this carrot is the only one that's complete. You can see there's a little bit of a red color in there. So that's what's missing in these little gaps, But I was just doing the orange color and a little bit of the green. I kind of wish I thought about maybe I should have gone darker with this green so it would show up a little better. But I think it looks okay. It's just that when I was stitching with it, I thought, you can't really see that. But I think you can against this blue color. So anyway, I've gotten a little further along. I still have to do the remaining bunnies over here. I think there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right here. So 3 bunnies basically, 2 3/4 of a bunny. There's those little ears for this one that's missing. And then, lots of carrots, lots of the fronds, a lot of these little squares, and there's another color that goes in there. So, yeah, I don't know when I'll get back to that. We'll see. But so the main thing I had was the numbers were 1 and 10. So this is my number 1, Nuit de Noel by Collection Tralala. And there's I don't have it here, the designer. Let me see if I have her name actually handy. That's not it. Yeah, here it is. Let me see if I've got her name handy. I'm sure it's something French that I can't say properly. Corinne Rigaudeau, I think is how you say it, is the designer for Collection Tralala. So, like I said, this is the chart. It uses mostly Gentle Arts colors with a few DMCs in there. Like I think this little backpack is a DMC color, and then like the flesh color on his hands and face, and some other colors are DMC. So I was working on mostly the red. There's another shade of green that goes in here on these white lines right here, and then the bottom part of Santa's robe that's a lot of stitching here underneath here, and then but all of the red up until there is done on Santa's clothing. So there's a little bit of white that goes on the cuff here, and the beard is white, and there's a little white pom-pom that goes up here. I haven't gotten to any of that yet. I just did the one, and I did this green part here, this part, because I was kind of tired of the back and forth with the red and all that. So, but I wanted to finish, this part. So I have a couple more days. I think I've only done, I want to say 5 days of the 7 that I set for my goal. So I'm hoping in the next 2 days that are left on this that I can maybe finish working on the robe, and then maybe do some of the white and some, just something else to break it up. I had not gotten the DMC colors right away. I had not found them in my stuff yet, and because I was concentrating on all the Gentle Arts colors that I needed, and so I would, like, I think his belt is an onyx and like that. So I want to go ahead and maybe do as much of that as possible, because the other colors are like, there's all the trees and all that, but I wanted to do as much of this. It's a lot of stitching, the robe, so that I could get down here and work on doing little animals or whatever, so I have more, like I want to do this tree right here soon, and it just, so I have something else to do besides just lots and lots of red. So yeah, so that's about 5 days, I want to say, on my number one Nuit de Noel. So I have not started yet on my number 10 pull, which is Give Greatly. I haven't started that one yet, but my other secondary whip, the August Rabbit Rabbit was my one secondary whip, and my other one was Starry Night. I talked about last time. This is a Prairie Schooler chart, and I started on this one here. And on my WIPGO chart, I had written that for the secondary whip, this was because I had started this one. It's on my chart, on my WIPGO chart, as a one of my major whips. I started it during Mania last year, I think, and I had it in my my number 15 slot. But I had, as a secondary whip, I had another, like number 2 of the Starry Night charts, and that could be any one of these other ones. I think this is the one that's right underneath this one. So I was going to start on this, but the number 1 chart wasn't far enough along to do number 2 right away. So I just decided to swap them out and work on number 1. So this is number 1. And this is one thread. This is all DMC, so it's 310. So one thread over one. This is 22 count Hardinger, which like I said, is basically an Ada kind of thing. So it's got the little squares, and the only thing I'm not crazy about is that it's the kind of weave where the thread will go underneath the weave, if you're not careful. So you can't really see it on here. It looks okay, but like, you can see a little bit up close how the threads aren't, because I have to be very ginger about, putting them in. So I'm it's a little bit there. It's a little bit uneven. I kind of like, I've kind of massaged it a little with my finger to get them to lie a little straighter, and that's helped a little bit. But anyway, so I've been working on just the black thread, but this is all the bigger that it's going to be. This is the end, and this is the end on the sides, and this is the top, this is the bottom. So that's all the bigger it's going to be. And I'm kind of thinking of redoing all these, because this is, like I said, it's 1/1 on 22 count Hardinger. But probably because they're so small, I could go a little bit bigger. and use like 32 count. I've got some pieces of 32 count that I think would work. I probably would like coffee dye them because they're on the like maybe off-white side. But so I have to think about that. But so if I did it, I would probably still finish this and then just restart them all on a little bit bigger on 32 count fabric, just because I'd like them to be a little bit bigger. I don't know. I might just go ahead and finish them all. It's just that I'm not really enjoying it as much as I would like to, the process of it. Yeah, so this is Mary, and she's holding baby Jesus, and this is Joseph, and she's on a donkey, and a little bit of the city of Bethlehem, I guess, in the background. And the other thing is, I want to use a toile. The chart calls for chronic, chronic braid, and I kind of don't want to use that, especially on such a tiny count. But I was wondering if the toile would be problematic also. There is instead of the braid, there's a DMC. I think it's 3820. Yeah, 3820. Sorry about that. I probably showed the back charts. 3820 for the gold things in there. So it wouldn't have sparkle, but it would be, it would be gold. And the only problem is I was going to use the same toile that I used for the, what do you call it? Black Oak Angels. Because I used gold, regular gold DMC on some of them, some of the parts, but then a little bit of a toile for the other, some of the other gold stuff on there. There's some like on there. There's some lute strings, and one of the angels is playing, and the another of the angels is playing a harp, and so the strings of the harp and the strings of the lute, and a few other things I had done, excuse me, in a toile. But I think that the fabric that I used for the Black Oak Angels was either 28 count or a 32 count. I'm not sure, but and it was 2/2, I think. And so these actually the models were stitched, I want to say 2/2 on 2/2 on 32 count. So I might redo them on that 32 count. And I think at that size they are 2.5 by 3 5/8 is what it says on the chart. So they're still not very big, So I feel like it would be less fiddly if I did it on a slightly larger count of fabric. So I don't know, but that's where I've got so far. Just basically one day. I think it was just last night, just yesterday, that I was working on it this way. So, but one thing I was doing is that because it was such a small count and everything, I decided, not this past Jingle Ball, but a year ago, I think, one of the designers was doing a chat, with all of us, and so people were asking her questions and things like that. And one of the things she talked about was conditioning the threads with beeswax, using the beeswax thing. And I had, I think I talked about this before, but I had been reluctant to use any kind of thread conditioner because I had always thought, well, it would gunk up the thread, which would gunk up your fabric, but and so the way she was explaining it, I sort of got it, and I wanted to use. I have a couple of beeswax waxers that I got when I went to Stitch Nanigans several years ago in 2019. But I don't know where I put them. But I recently, a few weeks ago, I don't know when it was, a couple months ago, I don't know, I bought a little thing of wax, beeswax at the attic, and it's a little tin, and the top, slides off, and then you pop the wax out, and you use one side for dark threads and one side for light threads. And I think I used it once or twice before, but I used it on the threads for this Starry Night. And so I had it there beside me. I stitch on my bed, lying in bed. And I had it in the corner, and I have the sort of corner blocked off from the cats. Like, when I'm there, I can monitor it, and it's like I tell my cat, it's not a cat area. Stay out of there. It's not a cat area. But when I'm leaving the room or something, I kind of put my pillow in that area to block it. But so last night I was looking for my my charts, and I was looking for that DMC thread and everything. And so I hadn't really, since I had not left the room, I was there in the room. I had not blocked off that corner. I just had my things where I had been stitching on the Starry Night chart. But so I got whatever, and I think I was putting things away, and I turned around, and Snug, one of my cats, was there kind of in the corner, and he was, very intently looking at something. And I thought, what is he doing? And I tried to pull him away, and he didn't want to come away from there. And so I had to physically pick him up and move him. And I found my waxer. It had little marks on it. I don't know if they were teeth marks or claw marks or something, but he was obviously very interested in my beeswax. And he's the kind of cat that, if I put lotion on my hands, he's over there licking the lotion off. My other cat's Puck, if I have anything scented, back when I used to wear perfume, or if I put lotion or something like that, if he gets a whiff of it, he runs away because he just can't stand the smell of anything. But Snug loves the smell of everything, and so he licks lotion off my hands and things like that. And I try to dissuade him from that because I figure it's not good for him because he's a cat. But apparently he loves my beeswax thing, so yeah. To keep that in mind, so keep him out of the beeswax. Anyway, so now I want to do the giveaway. Like I said, I've got a few charts that over the years I've sort of my tastes have changed perhaps or whatever, and so I've pulled a few charts that I figured they're nice, they're lovely, they're just not anything that I'm going to stitch right away. So. But this one, Rabbits, Carrots, and Eggs by Stitchy Princess Black, my sister Eve just did part of it. And so I thought, well, we really don't need two of them. And so this is the chart. Now, this is a PDF file, and like I said, when I printed it on used paper. So, it's got, and this is one of my charts. It's something that I did for my nephew. But it's so all the pages are had been used for something before. So I can reprint it on pristine white paper if you'd like, but and you can let me know when you enter the contest. And what I'm going to do is, if you're interested in this chart, just put the word rabbit in your comment, and I will use my what do you call it, decision roulette wheel to pick somebody of all the people who are interested in it. And like I said, I wish I had done this a week earlier because, so that you could get it in time for Easter, because it'll be next week before I choose somebody as a winner. But anyway, this is rabbits, carrots, and eggs. Easter comes every year, so. And when my sister E did it, she did chocolate bunnies and used different colors for the eggs, so that they're, instead of them being white. And she didn't do the lower half here, but it's all there. So that's just an idea. But so there's the bunnies and the Easter eggs and the carrots. Yeah. So, like I said, if you're interested in this, just use the word rabbits in your comment. Rabbits, some form of rabbit in your comment, and let me know if like I said, if the chart being on used paper is going to bother you. Let me know, and I can reprint it. But yeah. So let me know, and I will get that in the mail to you. I want to say only people in the U.S., just because it's problematic shipping it overseas and everything else. So that is, I think that is all. I hope to finish the 2 more days on the Nuit de Noel, and then I have my other WIPGO chart, Give Greatly, that I want to work on. But hopefully, since I have the rest of the month, I can get all the things in there that I want to get in there. Maybe put some more time on the rabbits and the Starry Night chart, and make a decision about whether I'm going to restart Starry Nights or not. But we'll see. So this video is a little on the short side, just barely shorter than I usually do, because I have a concert to go to tonight. But like I said, let me know, and hopefully you can get the chart in time to, I don't know, get a little bit of stitching done before Easter. But if not, you got the whole month of March to work on it. Anyway, so I think that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.